everyone, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a talk through makeup tutorial on this look right here, and we're going to be featuring the 35 colour rose gold palette from Crown with all these lovely pinky tones, very summer vibes. So if you'd like to see how to get this look right here, then just keep on watching. So as you can see, I've started on one eye and I've already prepped my eye on this side with a little bit of primer to get started. And this is the palette we're going to be using today. This is the 35 colour rose gold eyeshadow palette from Crown, and I'm going to be starting with this pink shade up here. It's a matte like salmony pink, and I'm taking that on a Deluxe Crease brush. So this is going to be my highest transition colour, so I'm going to take that up above the crease in circular motions, and I'm taking it nice and high on the inside, almost like meeting the brow, and then swooping it around the crease so that you're getting that gap under the arch. Then I'm also going to take some of that and run it under the eye, so I'm taking that nice and low under the lower lash line and then connect it to the colour from the top. So now that I have that all blown out all around the eye, I'm going to go into this orangey shade right here. So I'm going to use that to add a little bit of depth to that, but still keeping the brightness and the colour. So I'm basically following that same shape. I'm just coming down a little bit lower so that at the top it's the pink that's peeking through, and then as it comes down it's getting that little bit deeper with the orange. And again, I'm going to run some of that along my lower lash line. So you can see how that just like kicked up the colour a notch, but it's still in that kind of salmony colour family. Having that pink tone down first just keeps it pinky and kind of salmon toned, rather than just going straight in with the orange. And just before we move on to the next step, I'm going to take a mix of those colours, the salmon and the orange, and I'm going to start to bring that from the outer corner just onto the lid. Just dusting that back and forth towards the middle of the lid, just to get a little bit of that colour on there. And then we're going to add some shading. So I'm going to switch brush to my Crown Pro Blending Crease brush, and I'm going to take a brown. So I'm going to be going in with this one right here. So we're going to start placing that on the outer corner and bringing it through the crease. So again, it's like hitting that same shape, just lower down, giving a little bit more depth. However, I do want to make sure that it's high enough that some of that brown is going to remain when I cut the crease and put in this nice silvery taupe shade. So if you're doing a cut crease, you just have to remember that your lid colour is going to come up that bit higher and cover some of your crease colour. So what I'm doing is like patting the colour on in that crease shape and then going back in with circular motions and blending out the edges. And then again, I'm just going to take a little bit of that brown and just take it onto the corner of the lid, just kind of a quarter of the way across. And the reason I'm doing that with the colours is so that when the shimmery shade goes on, it's going to help to blend that out at the outer corner. That it's not going to be a stark transition from like silvery taupe to then suddenly brown. We're going to have those salmony colours in between and then fade into the brown. And once again, taking that just on the tip of the brush and getting really close to the lower lashes here. So then I'm going to cut the crease. I'm just going to take some concealer and the Crown Chisel Fluff brush and just use the tip of that to cut out the crease. And then once I get halfway across, I'll just start to fade out that line. And then I'll take the rest of the concealer and pack that across the lid. And I'm just tapping out the edge of that then with my finger just to help blend it out. So for the lid then, I'm going to be taking this shimmery silvery taupe shade. It's actually very like my nail colour. And we're going to pat that on the lid, and the brush I'm using is a Crown C126 8. So I'm going to use the flat top of this to get just nice up and close to the new crease line. Being careful to keep that precise and not bring my silver up above that line. We want to keep it nice and clean. And again, when we get to the point where the crease is fading out, I'm going to fade out that colour. And then pack it across the lid. And because we brought those colours into the lid, it's already creating that fade. So I'm going to take that taupe partially across those colours, and then I'm going to go back in with them again to help the blend. So I'm going to pick up whatever's left on the brush that I used for those salmon and orange colours and just dust it over the top. And that is pretty much the eyeshadow done. I'm just going to pop on some liner and lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my lashes and liner on and I just popped on a quick little lip gloss, and we'll finish off the look with the cheeks. So for some bronzer, I'm going to be using the Crown bronzer in the shade Dark, and I'm going to take that on a precision powder brush. Just going to take that on the tip of the brush because this is a tapered shape to it. I'm just going to bronzer with that, so a mix between bronzing and contouring. I'm sculpting the face but also adding like a warmth and a tan colour. So we're going under the cheekbones and blending it upward, so it's like a little bit on the cheekbone as well. And then I'm also going to take that around my hairline. And then also under my jawline, just to get rid of a little bit of that double chin action. So then for blush, I'm actually going to dip back into the Rose Gold palette, the eyeshadow palette, because I want to like tie in those kind of colours from the eye. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's kind of like a muted rosy tan kind of a shade. Hard one to describe, but it's a very subtle shade with like a pink undertone, and that will be perfect for a blush. So I'm just taking that on the apples of the cheeks and buffing that back. I'm not a massive blush person, like I always like a little bit of blush. I never go without it, but I don't like a lot of it. So I like these kind of muted tones. You could definitely build that up to get a stronger colour. I just wanted to just tie in that colour a little bit with my cheeks. I know that blush doesn't tend to transfer as well on camera, so you might be able to see it as well. So I'll add a little bit more, but it's just like a really soft pink. I really like that for a blush actually. I'm going to come back to that again, I'd say. Okay, so then for highlight, I just popped a little bit on this side just to test out the shade, and it's perfect. I'm going into this Crown highlighter palette, and I'm taking this one here, the kind of peachy salmony shade, again tying in with their theme, and I'm using that on a Crown C529 brush. So I start at the back of the cheekbone and I bring it forward, and then I also bring it up to the temple. I'll take a little bit on the cupid's bow and a little bit just to tin man the nose, and then whatever's left on my brush I usually just dust over above the arches of the brow. So this is the finished look. Super easy as you saw, but still quite punchy and vibrant with those kind of colours on the eye, and it is very like summertime vibes. So I'm really feeling this look. I'm going to wear this for the rest of the day. So I hope you liked the look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget you can find Crownbrush across social media. My name is Christine O'Connor MUA, and I hope to see you on another one. Bye guys.